We pull our dogs from places like Metro Animal Control, local shelters, but we also get a lot of families that can no longer care for their pets, and they're turning their dogs into us as well. It's very sad. I actually remember one time when I met this guy who had lost everything. His house had been foreclosed on, he moved into an apartment, and then he had just gotten evicted in his apartment. He met me with all of his belongings in his car and his dog, and he cried the whole time he was giving her to me. It was very sad. I went to Metro Animal Control one day just looking to see what dogs were there. We were trying to match up the dogs with a certain foster home that was open, and I saw Murphy the second I walked in the adoption room, and he just had such an awesome personality. And so I asked one of the people there what had happened to him, and it's so sad. He had been left in a home for about 2 weeks. The people just moved and left him. I did go ahead and bring him into foster care, and when we brought him in, we realized that he was so afraid to be left alone after being left alone for 2 weeks with nothing, no food, no water. There wasn't even electricity in the house.
My name is Elizabeth Morse, and I'm a forever parent of Murphy. I met Murphy. I've waited a very long time to get my own dog. I grew up with dogs. And I grew up with a German Shepherd and a Golden Retriever, and Murphy is a mix of those two dogs. The Agape foster network profiles the animals so carefully. One of the other strengths of Agape is they get to know the animals so well. It's the issue of the perfect match, and I went onto the website and I saw Murphy. And as soon as I saw his picture, I knew that he was my dog. The great thing about adopting a foster animal is the difference between bringing an infant into your home and bringing like a 7-year-old. My life is very structured and disciplined as a nursing student, but the amount of time that I spend outdoors, just the way that I balance my own life and my own stress, I actually thought for the first time, like, wow, a dog would probably really like to live with me because I'm outside at least a couple hours a day. And so I think that it's not so much the space that you have, it's the home that you can make in your heart for the animal.
It costs nothing for a family to foster a dog through Agape Animal Rescue. We are going to provide all of the food, the supplies, the medical needs, everything that that dog needs. What we're asking from a foster parent is just to supply the love, the care, and the stability while they're living with them in foster care.
I volunteer for Agape Animal Rescue as a foster parent. Foster parent is a person who would bring in dogs from a shelter environment, an owner turn in a stray, and give them a place to stay until they are ready to be adopted by a forever family. I sort of think of a foster parent as a halfway house, a place where the dogs come and relax and learn to be who they are, maybe get a little training, get medical problems taken care of, and give them a chance to move into a forever home with a happy life. It's hard to give up a foster dog. It's hard to give up a dog that you've put a lot of work and a lot of love and a lot of attention into. Packing them up to move them on to that next home is probably the part that gets to me the most. It's always hard for me to pack their things and get them ready to go. But knowing that they're going to a life that is at least equal to or better than I can give them gives me a peace. And it gives me an opportunity to start over again with another dog that's not going to have a chance. If I don't do this, then there are going to be dogs that die, that never get that second chance to have a wonderful life. Even though it's hard, it gives me a peace knowing that I've been able to help that one dog move forward and that there's going to be another one coming through pretty soon.
Agape makes a big difference here. They've adopted some that you know, we couldn't get adopted. Time was almost up, and they stepped in and adopted them, and they've got good homes now. It makes me feel great. It makes me feel great every time they come through the door.
Agape Animal Rescue loves working with Metro Animal Control because the facility is excellent. The workers there are really in tune with the dogs and what they need.
Hey, girl.
At Metro Animal Control, they bring in over 14,000 dogs annually, and the sad statistic is that more than 10,000 of those are euthanized. So you can see where it would be very discouraging working at Metro Animal Control, having to look at those numbers and the dogs come in and go straight to the euthanasia room. What we're here to do is to help those dogs make it out of there and give them a second chance at life. And we're able to work with a lot of the dogs that would automatically be euthanized because we are a foster network and we can work more one-on-one with the dogs than they're able to at Metro Animal Control.
My officers come in and you know, they may have 6, they may have 10, 12. They'll unload them. We carry them into the impound room, which they get put in the computer, a picture is taken of them. They're weighed for medical reasons and all that stuff. They're given their primary shots, 71, Bordetella, deworming. They're scanned for a microchip. After all that's taken place, then we'll find a spot for them in the kennel to hold them their state-required 3 working days.
My name is Roger Marks, and I am a forever parent, and this is my dog Muggle. And I met Muggle by chance in the park one morning. I probably would not have pursued it myself had he not been so personable, Muggle. But I pursued it, and it was love at first sight. Actually, when I saw him and when I squatted down, he put his paws up on my knees and licked me in the mouth. And I thought, what a cute guy, and he has the cutest face. I mean, we just love him to death. He's just the sweetest little guy, and I just can't imagine my life without him in it. But we knew when we adopted him that he had a medical condition, a serious one. So he has hydrocephalus, which is water on the brain, and he had been to Knoxville, the University of Tennessee, for tests, and with regular medication, he could live a fairly normal life. So the rest is history. He has his medication every day forever, and he's a great little dog, and I'm grateful to Agape. I think they're a great organization, and I can't say enough good about them.